La mano del gamer.
It's broken. I've been using that one for a long time.
Why didn't you get it repaired? This TV is important to you, right?
It's got some memories attached to it, sure. I used to watch movies on this thing with your grandma all the time.
Grandma liked movies?
Of course she did. Everyone loves movies, right?
I love movies too. I've never been to a movie theater though.
Ahora sí, muy buenas. Bienvenidos una vez más a la mano del gamer. La mano del gamer. Bienvenidos una vez más. El café os lo advirtió. Vuelve Deadly Premonition. Después de esta cutscene que también es nueva de la versión Director's Cut, en el que parece ser que estamos viendo como a una niña con su abuelo hablando sobre pelis y no sé qué. Y da la sensación de que toda esta historia, ¿no? La historia de Deadly Premonition, está siendo explicada por este anciano a esta chica. Así que no sé cómo interpretarlo. ¿Quién es la chica? ¿Quién es el anciano? ¡Ah! Misterio, tensión.
York! Don't breathe. Hold your breath. They can't see you if you hold your breath. Hurry. Like this. Cover your mouth.
Qué situación más rara, ¿no? Ay, cansancio mantener el gatillo todo el rato.
Who are you?
Misterio.
Zach, the symbolism in my dreams continues to intensify. A forest of red trees, A carpet with red leaves, a strange doll, and twin angels. But that child is what bothers me the most. I swear I've seen him before. I just can't remember where. Well, it'll probably come back to me eventually. For now, we need coffee.
Pues aquí estamos en la habitación de nuestro hotel. En nuestra habitación de hotel, perdón. Y aquí tenemos pues los trajes que se puede poner York. Madre mía. Madre mía, qué pinta. Pero no entiendo. Es que además no entiendo. Este es el traje adicto al trabajo. ¿Qué coño de trabajo es ese? Probémonos el traje este, ¿no? Venga, va. Sí que me quiero cambiar, sí. ¡Oh, yeah! Que no tiene sentido. Miami Vice. Ay, Dios. Si este juego ya era poco serio... A ver, ¿el baño? Bueno, yo creo que... Nos podemos afeitar, pero si os parece, creo que mejor no nos afeitamos, porque, como podéis observar, George tiene muy poquita barba. Vamos a dejar que crezca un poco, que siempre da cierto estilo, ¿no? Ir con un poco de barba. Pues venga, va. A la aventura.
Good morning, Mr. Morgan. Your breakfast is ready for you.
Thank you, Mrs.
Polly Oxford. Just Polly is fine.
Well then. Thank you, Polly. I'm starving.
Is everything all right, Mr. Morgan?
Venga, va, sí.
Yes, it's delicious, Polly. My compliments to the chef.
I'm hoping my cooking will bring back repeat guests. Honestly, though, it's been a while since anyone has stayed here.
I couldn't help but notice. Aside from you and me, there seems to be no other guests or workers around.
What's that? The salt's in that white shaker there.
Thank you. I was wondering if there were any other guests or workers here.
Oh, no one else. My husband and I used to run this place, but he's in heaven now.
You've been
Es que la música les tapa la voz.
Must be hard by yourself.
Oh my, we're all out of pepper. I'm very sorry.
It must be difficult to run a hotel by yourself.
Well, yes, I suppose. I could just live on my pension. But I have to admit, running a hotel is kind of like a hobby of mine.
That's nice. Polly, it might help to hear you better if you could sit a little closer.
Oh my, Mr. Morgan, you're embarrassing me. So early in the day, too. I think I'm a little too old for you. And I still love my departed husband. May God rest his soul.
¿Pero qué está ocurriendo?
I appreciate the invitation, but I'm fine over here.
Polly,
Ay, Dios.
I can hardly hear you from all the way over there.
You're exaggerating. This is fine. It won't do to be all clumped together with such a large table and cafeteria. We have to make use of all this space. Now tell me, that wound on your face, what happened?
Let's just say I had some trouble during the last case I was working on.
La música,
I'm
me
sure
está dejando
it'll heal.
sordo.
It's just a flesh wound.
Oh my, well, there's no need to be the tough guy here. I want you to be able to relax here. I've prepared a special room for you. A famous rock star once stayed in the same room, you know.
Really? I feel honored.
If you need anything at all, just let me know. I'll help you out in any way I can.
Zach, the lady is offering to help.
Ay,
Do you want to ask her about the town?
esa corbata me está distrayendo del tema. Vale, vamos a preguntarle sobre el
Say,
pueblo.
Polly, what can you tell me about this town?
Well, let me see. You might know this already, but the town is called Greenvale. It rains here quite often, but it's a nice place, surrounded with nature. It was a big and prospering lumber town until not so long ago. We used to have a population of over 6,000 people. Less than a tenth of them left now. This hotel was built back then. We saw plenty of guests in those days.
That's why this place is so big for such a small community.
I have so many fond memories from back then. I suppose the clock on the community center is quite famous too.
The clock?
Oh yes, it's lovely. It rings in the morning and at night to let the whole town know the time. You'll hear it many times during your stay. It's a beautiful sound. And you'll love it too, I think.
I look forward to hearing it then.
Anything else you'd like to know about?
Las tiendas del pueblo, ah.
Yes, actually, Polly. Could you tell me about the shops around here?
Shops? Well, there aren't many. It is a small town, after all. You can do most of your shopping at the Milk Barn convenience store. The couple who run it are a unique pair. I'm sure you'll get to like them. The E.N.N.D diner is a great place to eat. They might be open even if my kitchen is closed. If you want to go to a bar, there are two. The Galaxy of Terror and the Sweary 65. I don't care much for either of them. Bars are for the younger folk. We also have a gas stand, of course, the art gallery, and even a gunsmith. You should be able to find what you need.
Thank you, Polly.
Una galería de arte en un pueblo tan pequeño. Curioso.
Well, Mr. Morgan, I'd better start cleaning up. You just take it easy. I'll bring your
Dios,
coffee
la
out
mesa
in a
es
moment.
la polla.
Thank you, Polly. I have to warn you, though, I am very particular about my coffee. The very best you have, please.
I understand. I'll be right back with it.
Bueno, chicos, hora de probar el café. ¿Preparaos? ¿Sí? Vierte la leche. Mirar con interés.
Did you see that, Zach? Clear as a crisp spring morning. F.K. in the coffee. I knew I could count on it. Never fails.
Now then, let's get going.
Bueno, no sé, decidme en los comentarios qué habéis visto vosotros. Él ha visto en el café las letras FK. Que tal vez significan algo, tal vez sea una pista clave o tal vez sea una gilipollez como la copa de un pino, pero bueno, lo descubriremos. A ver qué comida sirven. Vale, postres, un flan por aquí, verduras, supongo, no sé. Carne, bueno, un poco de todo. Café, yo quiero más café, más café. Problemas inesperados te acechan. ¿Amuleto o mechero?
There's always trouble heading my way in this job. But I'm always up for a little excitement, too.
Voy a repetir. Hoy te vas a divertir mucho. Lugar de la suerte, parque temático.
There's no theme park in this town, though. All that good luck is just slipping away. But I think I'll have a thrilling enough time right here anyway.
Venga, va, una más. Ay, Dios. ¿Qué estoy haciendo con mi vida? No actúes sin pensar. Número de la suerte, -3.
So, my lucky number is 3 today.
3.
The first case I worked after joining the FBI had 3 victims.
Vale, dejémoslo ya por hoy. Polly.
Oh, hi.
Hola, señor Morgan. Si necesita alguna cosa, estoy en recepción. Vendo artículos a los huéspedes. No tengo mucho, pero a lo mejor necesita alguna cosa. ¿Qué haces, Poli? Así que también es dependiente... Ah, o sea, el que habla ahora es York. El... es la mujer y el... es el hombre. Así que también es dependienta. Pues sí, el café está incluido en el desayuno. No se preocupe, el servicio aquí es como cualquier hotel bueno. Signifique lo que signifique eso. Pues muy bien, ¿quiere alguna cosa? Venga, va, sí, vamos a comprar. Muy bien, solo un momento. Café, hace más difícil adormilarse por un tiempo. Vale, si nos tomamos un café lo que va a pasar es que nos va a bajar el medidor de sueño. Como podéis ver en pantalla, tenemos el medidor de comida arriba y el medidor de sueño abajo. Por ahora lo tenemos muy lleno, así que tenemos poca hambre y poco sueño, así que muy bien. Café no me hace falta. Estabilizador, restaura el pulso, no me hace falta. Cigarrillo. Fumar nos hace olvidar que el tiempo pasa. Vale, fumar en este juego sirve para hacer pasar el tiempo. Entonces, si por ejemplo alguien te dice, pues a las 5 tienes que estar en la escena del crimen y aún son las 3 de la tarde, pues gracias a Dios no te tienes que esperar 2 horas enteras, sino que simplemente te pones a fumar y el tiempo pasa a cámara rápida. Piruleta, recupera algo de hambre, galletitas, donut, queso cheddar, cebo. Ah, mira, ¿ves? Cebo y la caña. Esto es lo que mola. Voy a comprar cebo y una caña para que podamos ir a pescar. En este juego también se pesca. Es que en este juego se hace de todo, la verdad. Caña, venga, va. $125 una caña. Bueno, que a lo mejor es un precio realista. No sé cuánto cuesta una caña de pescar. Salgamos al pueblo.
A police car.
Vale, estos son los controles para conducir. Vamos a ver qué tal me defiendo. Bueno, pues aquí estamos en el coche. Intermitentes, izquierda, derecha. Claxon. No sé qué es. Ah. Vale. Debería haber prestado atención a la pantalla de controles. Ah, vale, el parabrisas. Basta ya de parabrisas. Acelerar, frenar. Luces. Vale, luces no hace falta. Joder, ¿cómo paro el parabrisas? Stick. Y. No. X. A. No. Vale, perfecto. Lo digo así. Venga, vamos a la aventura, chicos. Venga, hacia la comisaría. Bien. Uy. Uy.
So, Zach, about those bonus features in DVDs nowadays. You know, the ones from the 80s have almost no bonus material.
Vaya, hombre.
Even if they do, it's a trailer and the visual quality is pretty bad. Well, that visual quality is a good reminder of those days. So many new audio and visual appliances were coming out back then. Do you remember the first video deck we bought? We bought it to record one of the Star Wars movies on TV. And remember when that video store opened, we spent hours there, just trying to find a good movie to rent. There weren't that many to choose from back then. I remember renting some really bad ones after reading those back cover taglines. Hey, remember? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, filmed in 1978. Produced, directed,
Esa
written,
tengo que
and
verla,
edited by John DeBello.
Creo que sale Josh Clooney, ¿no?
For some reason, I still remember it pretty well. It had so many sequels, and the original was re-released in '95. The 87-minute-long theatrical release bumped up to a whopping 90 minutes. But that was around the time I joined the Bureau. I never have a chance to see it. I know, Zach. Once this case is over, we can watch it together. I bet we can buy a copy on the internet pretty easily.
Ya estamos aquí.
That's one fine building for such a small town. The exterior woodwork is spectacular. Don't you agree, Zach?
Sí, George. Esos pomos. Yo es que este juego debe tener los peores pomos de puerta de la historia de los videojuegos. O sea, no sé por qué están... Son cilindros. No son, los pomos en la vida real no son cilindros. Le hemos pillado sobando.
Pleasure to meet you, Agent Morgan. We've been expecting you. I'm Thomas McLean, the sheriff's assistant.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please just call me York. It's what everyone else calls me.
Very well then, Agent York.
I believe I owe you a thank you for retrieving my belongings from my car. Thanks.
Oh, no, just doing my job. I want to help do everything I can to help the investigation. I just can't believe Anna was murdered. She was such a bright and lovely girl.
Did you know her well?
Well, no, not really. But it's a very small town. I'm sorry. It's just that this is the first really big case I've ever seen.
I understand. Just try to relax. Can I have a look at Anna's file now?
Yes, of course. The sheriff told me to let you through to the meeting room, but I've lost the key to the cabinet where the files are. Why don't you take a look around while I go look for it?
Okay. Let me know when things are ready.
Zach, Thomas appears to be the kind and sensitive type, totally at odds with the monarch. Almost a good setting for a cartoon.
Muy bien. Pues vamos a buscar las llaves. Vamos a ver. Esto es la cocina de la comisaría. Pesa.
Zach, there's a name written on this dumbbell. Arnold. I haven't met anyone by that name yet. Could it be the owner of this dumbbell? What do you think, Zach?
Bueno, tenemos la llave, pero hemos conseguido una pesa. Llaves ardilla gris. Vamos a darle las llaves a Thomas. Agente York, ¿ha encontrado la llave? A ver si es esta.
You found the key.
Is this the one you were looking for?
No. This is a gray squirrel. Sorry, that's not the key. Nothing particularly special about the gray squirrel, I'm afraid. You can find them in the US, Canada, and in England, too.
A gray squirrel. What was I thinking?
But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
Uy. Llaves ardilla cola erguida. Venga, va.
You found the key.
I think so. Is this it?
You don't know your squirrels, do you? This isn't the right key holder. This is a Siberian flying squirrel. It's closer to a land-based squirrel. The Siberian flying squirrel is larger than the southern flying squirrel and has a standing tail while the southern has a hanging tail.
Claro.
But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
You sure do know a lot about squirrels.
Vale, estas llaves tampoco son... La verdad no recuerdo cuántas llaves tenías que darle para que... hasta que acertabas. Llaves ardilla, cola colgando. Llaves ardilla rayada. Madre mía, güey, cuántas llaves hay aquí, tío.
You found the key.
I hope this is the right one.
La llave.
You found a Siberian chipmunk this time, have you? Sorry, wrong key.
A Siberian chipmunk?
This species lives in northern Japan on the island of Hokkaido. They're actually quite a popular pet.
So it isn't even a squirrel.
But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now. You found the key.
That's the right one?
Madre de Dios. Que ha atentado contra la paciencia del jugador. Por favor, acéptala ya. ¿Sí?
Yes, a
Sí.
southern flying squirrel.
Esa sí, esa tiene buena
Thank you
pinta.
so much. I'll bring the files right in, so please go to the meeting room.
Okay, I'll be waiting for you.
Well, Zach, we just got here and we've
Misión
cracked a big
cumplida.
case already.
The victim's name was Anna Graham. Age 18, she just recently graduated from high school this year. Her dream was to move out to the city and become a model. But for the time being, she was working in the A&G diner here in town. She lived with her mother, Sally. Anna's father died in an accident in a lumber mill when she was a child. Her mother is unemployed and lives on the insurance money from her husband's accident. After all, it's a small town with a low cost of living. Financially, they seem to get by fine, and they led normal lives.
A normal life is exactly what a curious teenager doesn't want.
Ajá,
It's all starting to make sense, Zach.
cierto. Apagando la colilla en el plato.
City folk, huh? No, I take that back. All of them can't be as bad as him. And some should have better manners.
This is a good biscuit. I've never tasted a biscuit this delicious.
Where in town can I get these?
Well, actually, I baked them myself.
That's amazing. What are you doing in law enforcement?
I'm very particular about biscuits, I'll have you know. The balance of milk and butter you've achieved here. Oh my.
Agent Morgan, the autopsy's ready. You are welcome to accompany me to the Greenvale General Hospital. Emily, you come too. Thomas, stay here and tidy up these files.
Yes, sir.
We're going to use the car outside. Let's get going. You might think this is just a small-town police investigation, but our inspections are thorough and solid. I'm hoping you won't slow us down.
Muy bien. Pues aquí lo vamos a dejar. En el próximo episodio veremos la autopsia de Anna Graham y veremos qué pistas nos da el cadáver. Así que nada, espero veros aquí en el próximo episodio de Deadly Premonition.